Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stand Up Speakeasy. I'm your host, Sareth Ney, and every episode I bring a comic from coast to coast to present them to the world. And so Stephen Osborne is going to be performing at Sareth Fest this year. We got I got to give a shout out to the Blowback Gallery in Pueblo, Turnog Irish Pub, Turnog Irish Pub, and Punk Rock Pizza for having us. And it's going to be a wild time. So October 2nd to the 5th are the dates. Go to cutiepie.com to check out um, all the details, and you'll see what the lineup is and how you can follow them and all that good stuff. So without further ado, welcome Stephen Osborne. How are you, pal?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, Sareth. And I
Anytime.
just this second noticed that I used my real name instead of my stage name. That's okay though. I mean, I was only using the stage name because I was like teaching middle school at the time, and also it made someone laugh really hard at Tiernanog one time. Like I was messing around with those different stage names, and I think it was Andre. Andre was the host at that time, and he was like on acid, and he said Stephen Oxfarm, and then he just started laughing really hard, and I was like, that's a keeper. So.
Nice. I was wondering where Steve
Right.
Oxfarm was, and
It's
then
close
like
enough to my real name that like I'll turn around for it,
good stuff. I was like, and then I looked at
Mhm.
your PayPal for like our show at Punk Rock, and it's like, and then it was just like Steve Osborne. What the heck's going on here? I don't even
I know,
know
right?
anymore. Yeah,
I
but
know.
now I know it's your stage name, so that's good.
I was probably
Awesome,
paranoid for no reason, but it's whatever.
for sure,
I don't need my real name in lights or whatever.
for sure. Most definitely, and it's good to have like an alias, especially when you
Mm-hmm.
become famous, and then you can just check in any hotels and all that good
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my favorite authors, David Pargin, or have you ever heard of him? Jason Pargin. Like
Not some
he started his like writing as David Wong, and has only just like recently started like writing as his real name. So, oh,
good stuff.
inspirational, yes.
Inspirational indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And so you started comedy in Germany in
Mm-hmm.
English, right in the heart of the pandemic. What was it like doing stand up in northern Germany?
Okay. Well, it was actually there are some things I really miss, specifically like the open mic scene. Like you would a lot of the times get like more than 100 people like regularly at like an open mic, and they'd be paying for it because I mean supply and demand, right? There isn't like that much English comedy. There are a lot of like transplants and expats and whatnot, and from all over the world. It was way more multicultural for one thing. But it was also, I mean, in Osnabrück, which is where I was getting my master's degree. There was like one place that did it, and it was at the Unikeller, which is the university cellar at the university, and it was actually like an SS interrogation room before they turned it into a bar. So that had weird vibes, gotta say. But no, I mostly went to Hamburg and sometimes Berlin. Berlin has a really awesome comedy scene. I don't know if anyone is going to get a chance to go do that, but if you have the chance to perform in Berlin, do it. It's pretty awesome.
Heck yeah. Well,
I also went to see Eric Andre there, which was fun.
ooh, that sounds like a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm his show like on what was it, Adult Swim was just out of
Mm-hmm.
this world.
Yeah, fucking Bird Up, right? Bird Up, great
Yeah,
show. Mm-hmm.
good times. And so yep, and so uh in terms of stage time, like what's it like, going from Germany to Florida?
So I thought I would be able to get more stage time because I mean it was a struggle to even, and especially during the pandemic, it was impossible, right? Because it shut down way more there than here. Um, but I don't know. I'm also living pretty far away from a lot of the shows now because I'm like I said, I don't know if we were talking before the show that I'm living in like Altoona, which is a city of 89 people, a town of 89 people. Everything's like an hour, 2 hours away. I get out as much as I can. I do miss public transportation. I will say that. That was really nice to just be able to hop on a train. I don't have to worry about driving. I can just drink a beer, whatever. Um, I don't know. It's about the same actually now. In a little bit. In a little bit. Like I try to get up more than once a week, and I have like spurts. Like sometimes I'll be going up every day. Sometimes like once or twice a month. I do it as much as I can, but it's not always plausible when you're that far away.
That's for sure. I mean, like for the longest time, like where I'm at, it's like we didn't have a mic, and so I would have to drive like an hour in each direction, except for east
Mhm.
because the
Right.
ocean's there. But like
Mm-hmm.
just to get 5 minutes of stage time, it was just rough. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel your pain living in the middle of Florida like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yep. And so we finally got an open mic here at Palm Coast. So it's like,
Oh, nice.
pretty, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, when you're not on stage, like my last guest was also a teacher. She was an art teacher in high school, and now she teaches like 2-year-olds art. And so,
Mm.
um, what's it like? What grade do you teach, and what subject?
All right. So last year I taught middle school science, 8th grade specifically. This I had the chance to maybe teach high school this year, but I just kind of got cold feet and didn't go to the interviews. Basically, right now I am subbing sometimes, which is so much easier, dude. Like it's so much less responsibility. You can just for high school especially, you can kind of just go in, take attendance, and read. And if they get too loud, you're just like, guys, I'm trying to read, and that gets a laugh, and then they go back to work. Right now, I'm in training to be a registered behavior technician, which would be basically teaching like little kids with severe developmental disabilities, like potty training and like basic skills. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know, but I'm
For
doing the
sure.
training for that right now.
Awesome. And so you're also hissing at the sun until it goes away. So,
Mm. Yeah,
uh,
that was my old comedy bio that I always give people. It was just like Steven likes to hide in his hidey hole and sip his vinegar and hiss at the sun until it goes away. I figured I should do something a little more professional this time, but I think that's a solid comedy bio.
pretty much, yeah.
Mm.
And so, do you like apple cider vinegar or distilled
Oh,
vinegar?
you know what? I prefer balsamic, but I do love apple cider. I literally do like to drink vinegar sometimes. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I enjoy the taste. Supposedly, it's good for you. Probably part of why I have like heartburn now. I've been
Oh,
doing
that'll
that.
do
It's
it.
really good. Yeah. I enjoy it. Yeah. What can I say?
Awesome. So we got two audience members in the audience, and so,
I did
um,
invite two of my friends. So that's probably them.
cool. One's name's Boded Addis. Ooh, he
Mm.
says, or they say. So that's at the 2:16 mark, which was like 6 minutes ago. I barely just checked it now, but it's good times.
Mm-hmm.
So this the second act is what I like to do is like I like to pick your brain about stand up comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked these questions to all the comics I've ever interviewed, like the past 7 years or so. So with that being said, what inspired you to perform stand-up comedy?
Well, like I said, the first time I did it was at that bar that used to be an SS interrogation room, which interesting choice. There was a girl there that I knew vaguely, and she really wanted me to do it, and she was having trouble actually getting comics. And I hosted one time there, and yeah, it's fucking impossible to find people that want to do comedy in that area, especially in English. But she was like, I will buy you all the free beer you want if you get up there and do it. So that was basically it.
Good stuff.
But yeah, it was always something that I considered. I didn't even know about open mics until I was like 29, dude.
Wow.
I remember listening to like podcasts about comedy, and because my only experience with open mics was like open mic poetry in like Orlando at Austin's. That was the only open mic I'd ever been to, was an open mic poetry. I was like, that's crazy that there's such a open mic poetry pipeline to comedy. These people start out doing open mic poetry and they end up being comedians. But yeah, no, I mean, I enjoyed it the first time I did it, and I had fun, and I just wanted to keep doing it, I guess.
For sure. Yeah, but it says hell yeah, boy. So I guess um
That's
hell
probably
yeah,
Bobby. I know.
Bobby.
I invited my two friends, Bobby and John, here. I don't know which one's which. So hi, hey guys,
Oh,
thanks.
yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's Austin's a pretty dope spot. I mean, they've had stand up every Sunday for as long as I can remember. So
Mm-hmm.
it's an interesting room. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
pretty woke, if you
Mm-hmm.
will.
Yeah, I mean, people are just there to drink coffee, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And every time I've been there, they've been like surprised that there's a open mic there, even though it's been going on for a long ass time.
Yep. Then being woke, that coffee will wake you up. It's like
Yeah, you know
Folgers
what?
in your
That's fair.
cup.
I've heard that what is it? There's like a Chronic Guru. I heard that it's kind of the same way. It's like a
Oh,
weed dispensary that has an open mic in Orlando. I've never been.
me neither. I've never been either, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably give it a shot when festival season's over, so I can get
Mm-hmm.
out more.
But like from what I've heard, they're like always like kind of surprised that there's comedy there, and they like really like are more judgmental than your average drinking crowd because they're high, so they're like very aware of what you're saying and such. So
That's pretty fun to do, like stand up in a dispensary, though. I think.
right? Mm.
Yeah, I've only smoked weed like a handful of times or something,
Mm.
maybe two handful of times, but it really messed me up. So I'm just
Right. Yeah, it's. I also have gotten panic attacks from smoking weed. I get it.
for
It's not
sure.
my first choice, but it's. I don't know. I guess it's good to have those experiences every now and then.
Yeah, for sure. Method Man's weed was like the most intense weed I ever tried in Colorado, and I thought I was killing on stage. And
Mm-hmm.
then I watched the video back. I was like, no one was laughing. This is not
Mm-hmm.
giving me the last word in my head the whole time.
Hmm.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see here. And what was it feeling like when you first performed stand up?
Wait, say that again.
What was it feeling like when you first performed
What
stand
did
up?
it feel like? Well, I really liked the writing more than anything. Believe it or not, I was like not so crazy about being on stage, but it was nice to have like an outlet for whatever I was writing. Like I always kind of wanted to be a writer, and I didn't have like a phase that I was going through where I was like writing like short horror stuff, like creepypasta, basically on Reddit, like No Sleep and Short Scary Stories, if you're familiar with those. But I don't know, it's good to have like that instant feedback, and I was like happy to be expressing myself. I guess it felt good. I don't know.
Indeed. I love horror stuff, so that's why.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of overlap with comedy and horror. Like horror comedy is like my favorite genre. Like Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and John dies at the end, and all that. But yeah, it's just about subverting expectations. There's always it's that setup punchline thing, basically.
For
And
sure.
it's just you're trying to elicit almost the opposite emotion.
Big time. Quite the
Mm-hmm.
roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. And what are your favorite comedy specials, comedy records, and
Ooh,
comedy
okay.
podcasts?
All right, my absolute favorite would be Doug Stanhope, number one. Mitch Hedberg, close number two. Maria Bamford, you know her?
Oh yeah, she'll be in
I like her.
Jacksonville soon.
Oh yeah, I love her special where she's just like talking to her pugs. Like that's very different. Kyle Kinane for sure. Kyle Kinane's up there. Sam Morrill, definitely. I mean, I could go on. I used to have like a top 100 list. I haven't kept up with it, but I love stand-up comedy. So,
Heck yeah. And do you have any favorite comedy podcasts?
are you familiar with Come Town by any chance?
Yep.
Yeah.
Favorite Cometown.
Also, there's a kind of a Come Town ripoff that I've been listening to recently because I've listened to all the Come Town Adam Friedland show stuff. Called Cream Crew. Do you know who Papa Meat is? He's like he's like a horror comedy animator, and he and his friends do like a riffing podcast. That's pretty good. Cream Crew. Yeah, I don't know.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And comedy records, probably.
Records, huh? I mean, I don't have anything on vinyl, but you mean like specials?
Special, I guess.
Oh, you know what was really special? A special was Sam Morrill's. I think it's called From the Rooftops or On the Rooftops, where he's like on the rooftops of New York City buildings during COVID, and like he's going around talking to people in between sets. That one was really good. Highly recommend that one.
Oh yeah, I remember it was on YouTube, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's released all of his stuff on YouTube.
Yep. Way to go, because just do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And let's see here if you can go on like some of those guys have been on TV and ladies have been on TV, and so what are your favorite sitcom sketch shows and comedy films?
Ooh, I mean, I was kind of like raised on Seinfeld and Friends. I don't know. I don't know that either of those hold up. Seinfeld, I guess, a little bit. Sitcoms, huh? I can't think of what would you consider a sitcom these days? Even I don't know of anything.
I love the old stuff like the '90s stuff like Martin
Right?
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Like I always tell people, like I'm bad with impressions, and like it's because I spent so much time like listening or watching Friends and Seinfeld. That's kind of why I have like less of a Southern accent than either of my parents, because I just like kind of learned to talk from those. I don't know.
For sure. And sketch shows.
Sketch shows. Oh, Whitest Kids You Know. 100%. Whitest Kids You Know is a great show. I rewatch that like yearly, basically. And Trevor Moore dying was like actually one of the only celebrity deaths that actually like impacted me at all, because I was watching his podcast or their podcast, the Whitest Kids You Know podcast, like when he died. So,
wow. I interviewed one of them in Jacksonville, so that was pretty sweet.
Oh, nice. Which one?
It's on my YouTube channel, but we were outside of a house show, and so I was like, I got to interview this guy. He seems
nice.
pretty unique. But yep. but as soon as I find out his name, I'll plug that
Was
in
it
there. But
Zach by any chance? He was the one that did Barbarian, which is one of my favorite movies of the last couple of years. He did a horror movie
uh,
called Barbarian that was amazing.
oh, it wasn't Zach, but I did watch Barbarian though. That was a pretty
Mm-hmm.
good movie.
Yeah, that was directed by him,
Um,
Zach from The Whitest Kids You Know.
Whoa, that's pretty neat just to know that. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's it was like, so many layers of like, it's supposed to house and then they go deeper. It's like
Mm-hmm.
good wild times. But yep. So yeah, I can't remember his name, but gosh, name him
I
off
mean,
and then they'll
there's
probably come
Sam.
to me.
Sam is like the kind of fatter one. There's Zach, the tall, skinny one. Well, Trevor's the tallest, skinnier one. Okay, Zach. Timmy, maybe the really fat one.
Timmy, that's the one.
Okay, yeah. Not the.
Yep,
I feel bad saying it like
I
that, but yeah,
believe so because there's
he's
just
fatter
so
than
many
Sam.
White Kids, cast
Mm-hmm.
members. Well,
No,
there's
Timmy
like
is like one
four
of
or
the core
five of
members.
them, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty
No,
sure it's
Timmy's cool.
Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I follow him on
But yeah,
Instagram.
he was a pretty cool dude. Like to see the house show was just I think he was in town for like a tour or something. It had to be.
Hmm.
It's like why would you? I think he's sells insurance now or something.
He lives in Watertown in I want to say Montana or something. He lives in like a really small town too.
That
And
was
yeah,
him.
he tried to be a teacher, I guess, and it was kind of sad because they kind of like
Oh,
people found out
we
about
were
Whitest Kids You Know. People like the parents found out about Whitest Kids You Know and basically like threw him out as a teacher, which sucks because
your
it seems
mic
like
is
he'd be
not
a really
on
good teacher and he liked the job, which fucking good for him, but yeah, but now yeah, I think he does do
or
something like
something
that.
like that.
Mm-hmm. Wait, my
Can you hear
mic's
me?
not
Okay.
on. Yeah,
I
wait,
thought it
hold
was.
on. Oh, can you hear me though?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
I thought it was like one of technical issues, but I think if I play it back, it'll be okay. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
but yep. So yeah, it was Timmy Williams. So
Mm-hmm. Did you hear what I said about him being a teacher and they like kind of threw him out because of Whitest Kids You Know?
mm-mm.
Oh yeah, no, because I guess he in Watertown. I want to say it's like Montana or North Dakota or something like that. He was a teacher, and the parents found out about Whitest Kids You Know, and they're like, "We don't want this nasty man teaching our children," and they like got him fired basically, which sucks because it sounded like he actually liked the job, and I bet he would have been a great teacher. So
Dang, it happens for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
man, hopefully the other guy that Rex Barbarian continues on directing. I'm not.
Oh yeah, he's got
Hopefully,
another one coming out pretty soon, I think.
awesome.
I'm excited for that. And they have before Trevor died, they were just finishing up an animated movie called Mars that I'm excited about. That should be coming out next year, I think.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Justin Long is pretty good in horror movies. Like
Mm-hmm.
I loved him in Tusk and
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, he's a good
House
actor.
of Darkness was a pretty cool one too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the name of it, with like the daughters of Dracula or something.
I haven't
Yep.
seen that one.
Oh, it's pretty good. Let's see here. Uh, if you can go on tour with any comedian locally and internationally known, which comedians would you like to go on tour with?
Locally, well, would it be pandering to say you? Let me see. I'm trying to think. Oh, okay, no. I stay at Joke, or like I guess you would call my home club is probably Joke Joint. That's only like 30 minutes away. There are a couple of really good ones there. Clarice Kentwood is really good. Josh Bogomil. Let me see. I have like so many that I follow on Instagram, and I don't know why no one's coming immediately to mind. All right, back when I was doing Zoom comedy, back in like the heart of the pandemic, Brian Barganier. He's a really chill dude, really funny. You can probably find some of his stuff on YouTube. He used to host like a weekly writers' room where we do workshops and stuff and like improv stuff. Yeah, Brian Barganier, or he has like a Facebook group called Ham and Brian. Like his wife's name is Ham Clancy. If anyone wants to look into them, they're really cool. Yeah, you know what? I'd like to hang out with them again, but they're in like Wisconsin or some shit.
Oh,
So,
Milwaukee. I went to Milwaukee to do one show at a pizza shop out there. It was so cool. It's my friend RV is one of the Milwaukee comics out there, and so my goal is like one of them long term is like to do stand up in all 50 states. So I'm up to 9 so far, so it's not too shabby.
I guess I'm at 2 in Germany. Actually, okay, if we're talking countries, I've done stand up in Germany, Luxembourg, Amsterdam, and then Florida and Asheville, North Carolina, I guess. So
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Europe was pretty big on comedy, so that's pretty
Um,
neat.
well, that's the thing. Like I said, there's more demand than there is supply. So, but yeah, no, Berlin has a really amazing comedy scene. Like there's multiple open mics every night and a lot of really great talent and showcases. So
Whoa,
I think Berlin might be one of the better ones, at least in like the non-Anglo sphere, I guess, for English comedy.
for sure. They say Astoria is pretty good for comedy too. So,
Austria? I've never been to Austria, but oh no, I have been to Austria. I've been to Vienna, but I didn't do comedy there. Unfortunately, that was before I started doing comedy.
oh sweet.
But Vienna was fun.
I think I heard on like Joe Rogan's podcast, like Sam Talent or somebody
Yeah,
said
some
like,
talent's awesome.
yep, he's pretty rad. Running the Light was a good book.
Mm-hmm. I still need to read that. I've heard good things about it.
Hmm. Yep, we got 3 more members in the audience, so you're
Oh wow,
pretty popular,
I
Steven.
don't know who that is.
Me neither. But if you'd like to interact in
One of my friends said he was like posting it all over 4chan. I'm like, oh god, I hope not, but we'll see.
the chat. Indeed. And so let's see here. If you can get roasted by 5 comedians, top 5 dead or alive, which comedians would you get roasted by?
Roasters. I don't. Unpopular opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of roasts. I'm just like, it's just not my thing. But I don't know. Doug Stanhope for sure. Like, I'd be able to tell you the truth for sure. I don't know, top 5. Jeez. Probably. I mean, I guess it would be better from someone that I know, right? Who actually has stuff to work with.
Yep.
Maybe someone at the joke joint, like I said, Josh Bogomilk or East Kentwood. I don't know. Sorry, that's not a great answer.
No worries. You're totally fine. Yep, I don't like roast jokes either, but top G alert is 5 watching. That's good stuff. Yeah, Doug Stanhope actually did a secret set at the Nog one time.
No, really? Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like my friend Peter brought him in from Arizona, and then he was like, "Yeah, you got to go to this place. It's called the Tuna Nog Irish Pub, and you got to do a set here." It's like they've been around forever doing stand up, and so we didn't expect him to show up because this is just our casa, and so it was just pretty rad to see him do stand up. It was him and Junior and Andrus that was there, and they shared a stage together. They made it a whole fun night for free. It was pretty rad.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see that.
Oh yeah, I took a photo of all 3 of them on stage. So and then I caught their show like at a hotel down the street, and like Junior was taking Andrew, or Andrew took Junior as his like Bill Burr puppet, and it was like the coolest thing. Yeah. So they asked Steven about naked dolphin pose at the house party.
Right. Well, I don't remember that, but that sounds like something I would do. Dolphin pose is basically just a headstand where you have like your elbows on the ground and you're holding your head up, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm not going to deny that probably happened.
It probably did. And then asking about MILF hunting, I guess.
Well, I am currently dating what you would consider a MILF. She is like 12 years older than me and has like 2 children. So I don't know.
Congratulations.
You met her. You met Kristen.
Yeah, I met Kristen. She's a cool lady. So it was pretty cool to run into you again at the Nog. Let's see here. And so where do you see your comedy journey in the next 5 years?
Oof. I would like to be regularly paid for it. I don't want to be I don't want to be famous. But obviously you have to put butts in seats in order to make any money, unfortunately. I would like to be living in somewhere where I can go regularly to at least mics, featuring, showcasing, whatever. I mean, for me, it's an outlet, and I love it as an outlet. So I'm going to keep doing it.
I feel the same too. I don't want to be famous off this. Like, yeah, but like 3 famous people have co-signed me, and like it's been documented, and I just threw them online. I'm like,
that's a good feeling.
But I'm like, what am I using this for? It's like I got the most out of it already. It's just like everything else is just sprinkles, and I just think of it as a sundae. Here's some syrup on here, whatever. Let's see here, and so you talked about your journey in comedy for 5 years. What's your favorite joke a comic has written?
Ooh. Well, there's one that comes to mind. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it sticks in my head because it was like I think John Mulaney mentioned it on a podcast that I was listening to, and it's Anthony Jeselnik, I think. And he I think John Mulaney said it was like the most like fatless joke he'd ever heard. It basically was just like everyone's heard those stories about a kid that lost their virginity to the hot babysitter, right? Well, that was me. I was the hot babysitter. I don't know. That's just the first one that comes to mind. Oh, also Mitch Hedberg, of course, has like a million. Like rice is great when you're hungry for a million or something.
All those one-liners are pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And what experience would you like your audience to take with them after a set is over?
I mean, I do love ending on why my dick is like a guinea pig. That's always something. I don't know. I would just like them to have laughed and enjoyed themselves, I guess. Not be too upset. I don't know.
Looking back at like Punk Rock Pizza, I wish I bought that Venn diagram from you.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do have this. Should I bring down the Venn diagram? Hold on a second.
Show the world the Venn diagram.
I mean, it's also on my Instagram. It's been on my Instagram forever. And it was your suggestion that I bring some kind of merch. So I just printed out this Venn diagram of all the way that open mic comedians are like blackout drunks, are like Pokemon. So it's just like the open mic comics. They really try to avoid racial slurs, but are actually very racist. Blackout drunks cannot avoid using racial slurs, but they're not actually racist. Then you got your Pokemon. They're too dumb to learn racial slurs. Still pretty racist, though. And then the connection between open mic comedians and Pokemon is they only evolve through experience or by getting stoned. Then your blackout drunks and Pokemon both hurt themselves in confusion. And, open mic comics and blackout drunks constantly embarrass themselves at bars. And they all say the same shit over and over again. So, yeah, and then I just brought that out because I thought it'd be a fun like piece of like merch, even though probably no one's going to buy it. But it was a set ender.
Indeed. I'm so thankful like 3 people showed up. It was a light crowd. It was on a Tuesday, but we'll try to pack it out some more next time. But yeah, man, it's always a pleasure to share the stage with you and all that stuff. And
yeah, you too, man.
Awesome. And let's see here. Do you have any shows coming up?
Well, the Joke Joint I think has another mic on Sunday. The Joke Joint, that's in Summerfield. I don't know if people know where that is. It's like halfway between Ocala and the Villages. I might try to go to another one in Orlando soon. I mean, we got the one together on the 2nd, October 2nd? Yeah, at Sareth Fest. Yeah, for sure. And
which is free to get in for both venues. Yep.
All right, good. And I might hit up some open mics in between now and then. So
good stuff. And so this is like the third act, which is like it's a secret stand-up society, stand-up speakeasy, a secret society of stand-up comics. With that being said, which 5 comics would you like to see like on a future episode? That's like within your reach, because I'm not going to interview famous people, I don't think. So
wait, say that again. So like famous people I'd like to see, or what?
Oh no,
not famous
people.
You
got to deal with like so much red tape. So like, which 5 comics within your circle of friends would you like to see on a future episode?
Okay, I mentioned Clarice Kentwood, Joshua Bogomil. Damn it, I need to look at my Instagram because I'm not remembering people's names. I have like the worst memory for names, but those are the ones that are always there at the Joke Joint. Crap. Damn it, there was one guy who was really, really good the other night, and I cannot. Okay. Madison Drum, she's good. Let's see. Do they have to be in Florida? Like I said, there are a couple from Zoom comedy that I know.
Yeah, we can do some Zoom comedy.
Okay, there's this guy that makes stand-up comedy memes that I met through Zoom comedy named Kurt Ryan. And this was kind of inspired by him because like I was just trying to do a Kurt Ryan thing. He's really cool. Like I said, Brian Barganier. Crap, who else? I mean, Andre. Andre's great. Well, Alex Soto, who's the owner of the Joke Joint. It's really cool. I don't know. I'll keep thinking. If you're actually interested, I mean, I can message you some people.
Oh, for sure. I think that'll do because that's a lot of comics already.
Yeah, that was more than 5, I think.
Yeah. But thank you so much for being my guest. And so come out to Sareth Fest. Thank you to K Nails and Spa, Quan's Kitchen, and the new Star Bar in Pueblo for the free nails and the free food and getting the drinks for some of the band members. And don't forget to come see us at the Tirnog Irish Pub and the Punk Rock Pizza, October 2nd to the 5th. All the details are below in my social media stuff in the description box, as well as Steve's social media stuff. So
Oh
follow
wait,
him.
you did spell my name wrong in the PayPal though. Just saying,
Oh, I did.
there's no you. That's
Oh,
okay.
I will update that. So I'm glad
Okay.
I can change
Mhm.
that. So, well, I think I can change that now while we're talking.
Okay.
Uh,
Just so people, I don't think anyone's going to send me any money, but if they do, I don't want to send them to the wrong place.
yep. I oh I can. I'll change it as soon as we exit this place because it's
All
like
right.
it gave me an
Don't
error
worry about it too
message.
much.
Yeah. So I'll make sure you get some PayPal money.
Mhm.
Have your buddies donate to you. Try to
Sure.
get your comedy. Put it towards your gas money or something.
Mhm.
Good times. Good times.
Mhm.
Awesome, Stephen. Well, thank you so much for being my guest, and I will see
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Happy
any
Saturday.
final words you'd like to give out to the audience at home?
Oh, okay. So I did actually just introduce the Joe Joint Alex Soto to electro cumbia recently. Are you familiar with the musical genre of electro cumbia?
Uh-uh.
I would highly recommend it to anyone watching. It's like it's house with like Hispanic like traditional like dance music mixed in.
Oh,
Anyway, we had like a little dance party together. Anyway, electro cumbia, it's great music. Looking Nicola Cruz, Dengue Dengue Dengue, King Koya, any of that. If you're looking for new music, look into that.
hell yeah, dude. Good
Mm-hmm.
times. Well,
Mm-hmm.
everyone, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Stand Up Speakeasy. I'm Sareth Ney. That's Steven. Have a great night, and we'll see you at a show.